One of my favorite genres to watch is the caper genre in films, technically defined as a storyline where one or more crimes is perpetrated by characters in the film. The one filmmaker who I absolutely obsessed over in this genre is Guy Ritchie, especially with his films like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch and Rock'n'Rolla. The array of characters that he introduces infuses the dire circumstances with his distinct humor, ultimately leading to face-off of absolute carnage really accounted for some of the most entertaining movies I've seen. The closest Hindi cinema has come to absolutely nailing the genre was when Vishal Bhardwaj directed the film Kaminey in 2009, a case of twin brothers, drugs being swindled, and several gangs in conflict with one another in the underbelly of Mumbai. A case of Vishal Bhardwaj's wicked sense of humor that got infused in an action-packed thriller. Ultimately, it led to a fun ride at the movies. His son Aasman Bhardwaj aims to deliver more of the same with his directorial debut Kuttey, starring some of the most talented actors from Hindi cinema, everyone from Tabu, Nasruddin Shah, Kumud Mishra and Konkana Sen Sharma. The film focuses on a huge sum of money that is in transit and several factions that have their eye on the prize. How the monetary goal leads to several characters backstabbing one another for their own vested interests forms the basic storyline of Kuttey. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether it's worth it to watch Hindi cinema's first release in theaters in 2023 or not. The underwhelming aspects, comedy hits and misses, and similar themes. I would have to say that the movie does have its moments of laughs, but it does drastically dip in the screenplay from time to time. Those who are fans of the genre will be totally invested, but the case of Arjun Kapoor and Kumud Mishra confronting an African man or at the back of a police truck listening to jokes by Tabu all account for comedic moments that mostly fall flat, and there's a reason for it. The film utilizes a theme of animals as an analogy that we have seen in movies like Super Deluxe and Darlings. This, especially for film fans, ruins the novelty of the callback constantly to the analogy in the film's screenplay. You get the point, but because you've seen the same themes being explored in other films, it isn't as compelling enough, something that you'll know when you watch the movie. The good. Background score and music. We all know Vishal Bhardwaj is the capable director who brought us compelling stories like Omkara, Maqbool and Heather. But a quality of the man that deserves a lot more attention and appreciation is his skills as a music director. And what's the icing on the cake regarding Kuttey is that the lyrics have been penned down by Gulzar. The songs do not halt the proceedings of the screenplay, but enhance the madness that follows. What's even more special about this music album that is mostly going unnoticed by people is that it stays true to the caper genre, even infusing comedy with its Hinglish lyrics. A song titled Azadi introduces the film's first action scene, inspired by Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill and sung beautifully by Sukhwinder Singh. Every time a big reveal or a truth bomb is dropped, the iconic "Dhan Dhan" from Kaminey hits the nail on the head. In the most complicated action set piece, which is beautifully designed, the movie is assisted with a thumping trance track that keeps on elevating its beats and tempo as the events get bloodier and more complicated. As I previously stated, the Hinglish numbers Avara Dogs, Vaat Lagli and the title track sung by the evergreen Rekha Bhardwaj as the chorus literally sings Bhau Bhau is the case of inventive masters like Vishal Bhardwaj and Gulzar joining hands with one another. Cinematography and direction. One of the most memorable qualities as you leave the theatre after watching Kuttey is the cinematography by Farhad Ahmad Delvi. The underbelly of Mumbai is in all its glory in this film. You've got the torrential rain, skimpy LED lit bars, illegal deals happening over a khamba, chase sequences commencing in the narrow lanes of the ghetto. It truly is grimy, filthy and totally unapologetic about it. This especially gets heightened when Aasman puts his film school education into training when staging sequences. In one of the best moments of the film, as the several players of the game actually come at loggerheads with one another, Aasman stages it as a long running shot with minimal cuts, cleverly shifting dynamics by zooming into the bodies of characters, yet being seamless in the final execution. Dutch angles assist the characters contemplating their next move as the regular still shows the characters at ease. Another great aspect beyond the visuals is the screenplay designed by the father-son duo, which is executed in non-chronological order, and looking at the several players in the game, it has the ability to throw you off, especially as characters have their own vested interests and shift their loyalties as per their convenience. You can already notice the capability of the director to only get more refined with his work, as he isn't too bad either as an actor, flexing just like Shashank Khaitan did in Govinda Naam Mera. Stellar ensemble cast. The herd works in such a way where perception is created even before the movie releases. An association with an actor like Arjun Kapoor, who has been deservedly criticized for his lack of range and ability in previous films, is already judged before this film comes out. This is exactly what happened when Sandeep or Pinky Farhad came out, but Dibakar Banerjee had actually extracted an extremely convincing performance from Kapoor. The entire ensemble cast has done a stellar job. Of course, there will be standouts versus the rest, but no one is standing out like a sore thumb in the group, which is a great sign. Kumud Mishra as the pushover cop wanting a change of his circumstances, looking at the condition of his family, is as great as ever. Konkana Sen Sharma, even in her brief appearance, being as intense and fiery as ever. Nasruddin Shah being a great addition to the film, and the duo of Shardul and Radhika as the getaway couple add the much needed spunk to the chaos in this film. Arjun Kapoor, I've come to realize, shines the most in the understated roles. Kuttey is one of them, where the demeanor is more about the goal at hand rather than being animated and expressive. There is some criticism, however, that I have for when it mattered the most, which I'll get to in my final point. In all the madness, however, it is Tabu who is just too bloody good, man. Looking at the year that she's had in 2022, she should literally be referenced as a star. Her laid-back demeanor, intimidating presence, and stellar comic timing account for a performance that is so enjoyable to see on the big screen. Caper pitch and climax. The film never loses touch of its zany humor. Arjun Kapoor not breaking his vrat for violence because it is Mangalwar, a guard pleading for his life and asking, "Aap mujhe maroge nahi na, maa kasam bolo?" Someone suggesting a WhatsApp group to be made for the ultimate heist had everyone rolling in the theatre. Nothing beats, however, the comedy that is infused in the ultimate face-off among the characters, a glimpse of which you saw in the trailer. The climax, by integrating a development in India, really becomes the icing on the cake, a moment which I believe could have been acted and staged slightly better. Kuttey is an original mad caper that is not only technically brilliant but entertaining too. Another original Bollywood film mostly going unnoticed by the masses, and despite some minor bumps along the way, really accounted for an entertaining experience on the big screen. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Kuttey. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.